I'm your boy Enigma.
And I'm your boy Kwame.
And you know what we're doing, man, reviewing movies and a little something a bit special for you today. And Netflix.
It's still a movie, technically. Still a
movie. Movie length almost. Yeah. But no, of course, I'm sure you've seen the title, and we're gonna be jumping in to Dave Chappelle's latest Netflix special, The Dreamer.
I refuse to be a victim. And the crowd said, oh. And I was backstage looking like, nigga, watch the tape.
Dreamer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so, bruv, I mean, obviously this is, I think it's his 7th one now. He's done Age of Spin.
He needs to calm down.
Yeah, Deep in the Heart of Texas, Equanimity, The Bird Revelation, Sticks and Stones, and now... Sticks and Stones, definitely getting Closer, and now obviously The Dreamer. So he's definitely getting that Netflix money in, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What did you think, bro? What did you think of The Dreamer? Is it on the levels of the previous work?
I think the previous work is a little bit better, if I'm totally honest. But this was still good. It was still very good. It's weird because I think when I first watched it... Okay, can I just say, the opening joke, is one of the best openings I've ever heard. Like, seriously. It was one of the best analogy. Like, I watched it twice, right? First time I watched it, I almost choked on myself on the punchline, Second time I watched it, I was like, because you know I've got this thing about watching things twice, innit? Second time I watched it, I was just like, perfection. It's the most perfect punchline opening I've ever heard or ever seen. And because of the fact that it continues on from everything he said in the past stand-ups, it was brilliant. It was fucking genius. And I'm not even one to throw around that genius word the way everybody else does, even for Chappelle. Because I think he's dope. I don't think he's the greatest of all time, but if he's up there, he's top 3. Don't get it twisted. He's not the greatest, but he's top 3, and he's proven it.
I'm assuming your top 3 is Pryor, Murphy, Chappelle. Are we going there or?
Okay, you know what? I can't do a top 3. I have to say top 5 because if we're doing mine, I mean, he's generally everyone's top 3.
Yeah.
But for me, he's in my top 5. So my top 5 is Murphy, Pryor, Chappelle, Mac. You know Mac's in there. You know Mac's in there. But the question is, do you know my number 5?
No. What is it?
It's the one and only Williams, bruv. It's got to be.
Cat.
It's got to be. I'm sorry. Cat's top 5.
Yeah.
Cat's top 5. I don't give a shit what no one says.
Obviously, man, center of attention right now. Do you agree? Do you agree with him that Harvey ain't funny, Cedric stole jokes, Ricky Smiley and that guy? Do you agree with this?
Okay, let's not get it twisted. Harvey's funny. He's just not Cat Williams funny.
No.
Not even close. I mean, don't get me wrong, because Steve makes me laugh. Even a couple of his stand-ups that I've seen, kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's just not Cat Williams funny. They're not on the same level. I'm sorry.
No.
So I'm not going to say no, he's not funny. But if we're talking about Cedric now, Cedric bothers me. I actually don't think Cedric's that funny. I think Cedric is a funnier actor than he is a stand-up.
He's a situational, comedian. So if you put him in a good role, then he can do well. But stand-up is definitely not his thing. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And I don't think Ricky Smiley should even be in the conversation.
He's not. That's why I didn't bring him up. I wasn't going to. I don't even like looking at him. Like, I'm just not a fan of Ricky Smiley like that. Like, he looks weird as a woman, like when he dresses up as a woman. I don't really think he's funny. I've kind of always... It's funny because I never even liked his character in Friday After Next. I don't even like that character. That character jarred me. And he's kind of always jarred me in everything he's in. I don't find him funny. I really don't. I don't actually understand. It sounds bad to say this because I don't want to sleep on anybody's talent. If people like him, it's cool. I'm not hating on him. I just don't... I've never found Ricky Smiley funny.
Okay.
Like, if he's in something or I see he's on something, I'll turn over. It's not something I'll be like, oh, Ricky Smiley's on. No.
What about Kat versus Kevin? Who do you think is funny?
There's no question, bruv. Come on. I just told you he's in my top 5. I just told you he's in my top 5. Like, here's, again, Kevin is film funny. He's not stand-up funny. Kevin was stand-up funny in his first 3 stand-ups. The last 3 stand-ups, or actually it's probably like 7 or 8 now, or should I say, so the last 4 or 5 stand-ups, nah. He did one stand-up over COVID. He did a stand-up in his house. That was actually one of the better ones he's done in recent years. It's better than them stadium ones that he did, and that was mediocre. But yeah, no, he seriously funny is hands down his best stand-up. Kevin. Grown Little Man used to be one of my favourite stand-ups of all time. I used to rinse it. I actually used to rinse it. But then when Seriously Funny came out, I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, it's friggin' hilarious. And then obviously Laugh at My Pain was when he was like a superstar. Do you get what I'm saying? But then after that, we don't watch Kevin Hart stand-ups no more because it went.
We ain't got the love. We ain't got the love for Kev in terms of the stand-up field.
That irresponsible? Nah. What now? Nah.
Look, don't get me wrong. Again, he's still funny, and I think obviously he's gone clear in terms of his career and stuff like that. So it's
he's hilarious in movies. I think he's hilarious in movies.
Yeah, his levels ain't going to be the levels they were before, but I think if a comparison, Cat, as he said, he's done 19 tours that sell out, 100 city tour sellouts. He's been that guy for a minute, bro.
Self-funded.
Yeah, self-funded as well. So again, you got to give him ratings for that. You got to give him props. You don't think in any way Cat is funnier than Dave, do you? Or do you think he's a better stand-up than Dave?
Here's the honest truth, yeah? Like, because I thought about this recently, because I've watched both of their stand-ups, like, in the past couple of days. And, like, I think, you know what? If I'm totally honest, I think Dave and Cat are on par. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why as well. Because Cat is consistently funny through his stand-ups. Dave has build-ups to the punchline. So they got different styles. Everything that is coming out of Cat's mouth throughout the entire stand-up is something funny. Like, he's got something funny, like, every 30 seconds, a minute.
Where Chappelle might take you a minute and a half, 2 minutes before you get it. Yeah.
And most of, if not all, like 90% of his punches hit. But there's some punches of Dave's that don't hit. Like and I'm saying that because we're covering The Dreamer.
And that storyline, that long story that he told, that didn't hit, bruv. That didn't hit. Yeah.
Come, join us in our watery grave. Oh, buddy, that's funny to me.
And it was quite sad for me, being a Dave fan, watching The Dreamer, was because I was thinking, like, Dave, you didn't need to do this one, man. You should have left this one. Well, this wasn't needed. But I get it, because he's probably fulfilling an obligation to Netflix, for one. And he's probably like, if I've got some new materials, let me just do it. Might as well try it out. And Dave is one of them comedians that doesn't shy away from new material. He's not scared to get up on stage and try stuff out. That's the one thing I like about Dave, probably more than all comedians, even above Richard Pryor, because Richard Pryor, knowing his history, there were certain things that I don't want to say feared, but there was a period of time when he was working with Paul Mooney that he would always double check with Mooney if he thought, okay, should I do this? Should I try this? But everybody has a confidant. I reckon Dave's got a confidant. But I feel with Dave has zero fear. I think most comedians have a little bit of fear. Like I said, even Pryor had a little bit of fear. When you watch some Pryor documentaries and seen Pryor interviews and how he talks about certain things, you know, we're stand-up fans here, so this is knowledge here I'm trying to give. So this is an opinion. This is stuff that they've said themselves. Like, go watch things like Omit the Logic. You remember his documentary, Pryor's documentary, all that stuff. When you watch this stuff, you see how Pryor's mind works. Obviously, he went through a lot of stuff because of drugs and stuff, but there was a period of time where he thought twice about getting on stage and wasn't sure if he was still funny. You know, certain things they changed. Chappelle's level of fearlessness knows no bounds. I don't actually think no comedian, black or white, touches Chappelle when it comes to fearlessness. None. Because he will say...
When he drew for the disabled jokes in The Dreamer this time round, like, pure disabled jokes, and then the man in the chair and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie.
I came here to laugh at transgender people. I didn't know this nigga was gonna make jokes about us. Come on, y'all, let's get the fuck up out of here.
That was funny.
I would definitely agree, this one, it's good, but it wasn't for me on the levels of, say, a Sticks and Stones or even a Closer, to be honest with you. So I think Yeah, it definitely, it's on the levels. Dave is always funny. Dave is arguably the number one stand-up comedian, but again, Cat is that either on par or, in some people's opinion, even more, because Cat, again, he been touring for how long now? You get me? And he ain't taking no breaks. Like, man's been touring since the 90s, and it's still been going on.
Bruv, if you go all the way back to the beginning of their history, like, you got Dave's Killing Me Softly, and For What It's Worth, his two earlier stand-ups, and then if you go back to Cat's Pimp Chronicles Part 1, Part 2, and It's Pimpin'. Like, Killing Me Softly is one of my all-time favourite stand-ups, period.
From beginning to end,
From beginning to end, it's some of Dave's best work. And even, I'm such a big fan. Weirdly enough, it's What It's Worth that really made me like Dave Chappelle, not Killing Me Softly. I loved Killing Me Softly, but it's For What It's Worth that made me think this guy's a fucking genius. The way because that was the first time I saw, because Killing Me Softly, the way he structured the jokes was very bang, bang, bang. But the storytelling came from For What It's Worth. And that's what made me think, like, this guy thinks differently. But Cat Williams from Pimp Chronicles, bruv, this guy came out of the gate blazing. I'm sorry, it was like, this guy's ridiculous. No, he's, bruv, from beginning to end, one of the best. His style is different. He's fire. And I just like him. I'm
not going to lie again, and I'm happy that he's getting so much shine right now. Obviously, the interview with Shannon Sharp, Cap Shay has gone crazy viral, and I'm glad that he's getting the respect and the flowers that he's getting, because even if you read the comments and all of this stuff, most people's on Cat's side, so I'm happy for him. I'm happy for this moment. But again, Dave's Chappelle's a dreamer. If you're a stand-up fan, definitely you have to watch it. Definitely watch all of Chappelle's collection. Again, you might not find it as funny as previous ones, but definitely I would recommend. How much would you be giving it out of 10, bro?
If I'm honest, I give it about 7.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. I swear to you, I was going to say 7 as well.
Do you know what's funny, though? Can I say this before we wrap up real quick, right? The ending is actually what saved it for me. And that was the sentimental ending. Because the last joke, the punchline joke, the long story, didn't hit at all for me. Didn't hit at all. So that let me down, because I was like, Dave, man, I didn't feel that one. But when he went into the story of being the dreamer. Bruv, I almost got emotional, bruv. Like, it made me, you know, if you're that type of person that dreams, and you got dreams and passions and things that you want to do in life, and you hear what he's saying,
it
hit hard. And how he broke it down in terms of his own story versus being in everybody else's dream, and, you know, I'm in your dream, you're not in mine. Like, you know, so everybody dreams. Everyone should be a dreamer. Bruv, that punchline hit.
It was sick.
So he saved it for me with that. So yeah, I'm gonna end it with that. That's why for me it was like, yes, I'll give it to him for that.
Good way to go.
Yeah, good way to end. Yeah.
Alright, cool people, but yeah, we're giving it a 7 out of 10. We would definitely recommend to go check out Dave Chappelle's The Dreamer. Please like and subscribe, join in the conversation, let us know how you feel, if you enjoyed it, if it's your favourite, if you didn't, blah blah blah. And yeah, man, thanks for the support again, and keep rocking with Two ManDem Talk Movies. I've been your boy Enigma.
I've been your boy Kwame.
And yeah, man, we're out, man. Peace.
What happens to a dream deferred? Lucky for Dave, he doesn't know.
Thank you very much, Nick.
The Dreamer.